What's up, Ripple Effect? We are so excited. We know everybody's been really busy this week. I think Tess is on vacation and stuff, so we understand that not everyone can make it today. But we wanted to talk a little bit. My child's he's gonna do it, ma'am. We wanted to talk a little bit about some stuff, but before we get into all of the notes and nuggets, we wanted to do some recognizing. And I don't know if you guys know, but that's the fourth vital behavior. And Dawn and I think, are both really good at recognizing you guys privately, but we want to make sure that anybody who sees this knows the cool stuff. So I am really excited for Amanda Zagunas. I know I put it in the team page, but she is selling challenge packs, and that is amazing. And I am really happy for her. And Andy, I don't know if you'll see this, but he's at Success Club 14 already, so congratulations to you. And Melanie and Kelly, that's their celebrity name. Kelly and Melanie are still crushing it over there on their own little team within my team. So that is awesome. Dawn, any recognitions?
Yeah, so I also shared the other day that Carolyn has sold her first challenge pack, which is super exciting because it's just kind of like you feel like you're breaking the ice. And it's the more exciting part is now that you've got that challenge pack sold is watching that person go through the process and complete that program, which is our goal. Like, it's awesome to sell this stuff, but now let's carry them through the process. And the second recognition goes along with that. Carolyn and Yvonne are both doing a challenge group right now, and they've got some people in it that are engaged. And along with that, I need to shout out Yvonne from across the world, because she's literally across the world in Korea. And not only is she crushing Core de Force, which is, I mean, that's challenging to anybody, but she started off with a 3-week yoga retreat and bam, is in Core de Force, crushing it and sharing her journey. And I did share that in the team page. Her social media is just awesome and inspiring. And guys, no matter where you are on your fitness journey, there are people that are going to connect with you. And Yvonne is not there yet, and she knows that. And what she's sharing is inspiring so many people around her, and it's connecting with her people. So keep sharing your stuff. Word.
Absolutely. I'm going to piggyback right on that. Social media is the window into why people want to join you. And so anytime you're feel fearful or self-conscious, just know that that's not real. That's simply fear. What you need to do is share who you are, because Dawn said it perfectly. Someone out there somewhere is going to see you and be motivated, and you'll be the reason that they change. And if you don't do it, it won't get done. And that's a shame. That sucks. So don't be stingy with your story. Share it. A couple quick notes before we forget. The new Coach Business Builder Bootcamp, whatever we want to call it, starts today, this weekend, right? We are prepping over the weekend. Monday is the start date, but you will have assignments over the weekend. So if you guys want to build your business, or you want a refresher course, or you just aren't, maybe you're just curious, get in this group. We are always working on making it better. Some of the best leaders are in there giving you everything they can to help you get going successfully. And I just want to reiterate the Super Saturday video. That girl, she did what her coach told her, and she made bank. And that's what we want to do. We want to help you. Not right now. Not right now. Then we have the next Coach Sneak Peek is starting on the 21st. Just go build your puzzle again. Go on. Get out of here now and shut the door. I don't care. So that's the 21st. And the idea of giving you this date now, marking your calendars, is so you can start making a list of people you think would be an amazing coach. Look in your challenge groups. Look in your friends and family that are looking for someone, and start talking to them. Start inviting to it now. If you are someone that wants to take a role in that and speak on it, get in touch with Taryn, because she is always looking for new faces. Okay? Dawn, you want to take the next part while I yell at my children?
Yeah, go yell at your children. That's awesome. I need to secretly look at where we are. And along with that sneak peek, guys, as you're looking at the people in your challenge groups, also look at those people that are on Shakeology right now, because they're people that definitely can use that opportunity, not just because of the discount and accountability, but they're already bought in. And then a quick flip on top of that, with that new Coach Bootcamp, if you've already been in that new Coach Bootcamp, but maybe you kind of half-heartedly did it or you fell off, we scrubbed that other group. That stuff's not there, so you definitely want to jump back in. Sorry, Christine, I was rambling as I was looking to catch up where we were at.
Sorry.
Okay, so since nobody has let Christine and I know what you'd like to learn from us, which we're going to continue to ask you over and over again because we don't want to waste your time. We want to give you nuggets that you can now take and do things with, but we want to answer what you need to know about, and we don't know if you don't tell us. So we're making it up again, which is fine. What I really felt it was important to talk about, especially since so many of you are starting to work your business, is we are moving into holiday time. Specifically right now, we're getting ready to go into Thanksgiving. And you guys are going to have friends and family that you're going to be wanting to see and spend time with. And that is vital and essential and important to you. And it's important to your business that you take that time. But if you truly want to start building your business, you can't just take that week off and not do anything in preparation for that week off and to have covered down. If you want to work this as a business, you need to look at this as though this was any other job. And those of you that work in jobs outside the home, what do you do before you go on vacation? You look at coverage. You figure out who can cover what needs to get covered. You have a plan ahead. You let people know when you're not going to be around. When I went on a cruise and I knew I was going to have limited internet, I put a banner on my wall that said I was out of internet range. This way, if somebody tried to contact me, they weren't thinking I was blowing them off. So you need to come up with a plan ahead of time. Again, this is if you want to be working your business so that your business can still be moving and functioning and that people aren't just left. Just like if you were in the real world.
Yep. It's kind of funny because it's so easy for us to not treat this like a normal job. But you're not doing yourself any favors by doing that. You are going to be less successful. So if you just assume that you'll make time while you're on vacation and you don't pre-plan, you're setting yourself up for failure. So take those few steps that won't take very long in the beginning. I want to talk about a little bit about breaking it down on how you're going to be successful as a challenger too. Because not only do you want to stay on point as a coach, but you need to stay on point as a challenger. So decide right away. And then this is another opportunity to talk to people about what you're doing. Are you going to give yourself a little wiggle room? Are you going to allow yourself a couple treats over the holidays? Are you going to allow yourself a little piece of pie? Or are you going to stay on point? And either way, you need to share recipes and pictures of what you're doing. Tell them why. Share your plan to stay on track in advance. So if you know you're going on vacation and you're pre-packing these meals, share that with your Facebook people, because it might seem like Dawn and I talk about this all the time. There's stuff that seems like we don't need to talk about that because I just think about it. But for me, it's something I need to think about, and vice versa. And so if you are doing something, share it, because someone else might not think about it. Share your meals, share your post-workout pics, share your workout calendar. If you're choosing to take Thanksgiving off and you're going to make up for it another day, tell them that. Tell them that. If you want someone to watch for this, Danielle Natoni, she will share a workout calendar, and then if she decided to change it, she will share her edited workout calendar. She's so transparent, but it's so real. And if you guys aren't doing that, that means they think you're not working out, because let's be honest, that's your business window. If you don't post it, it didn't happen. Right?
And if you know you're going to totally blow it and you're allowing yourself the opportunity to totally blow it, so be it. Guys, if you saw what I did when I went on that cruise that I mentioned.
I was just going to talk about Summit. Dawn purposefully blew it at Summit, and Summit was honest about it.
Summit was disgusting. I thought Christine was going to vomit when she watched the food I was eating. However, I knew I was going to blow it. I allowed for it, but I had a plan immediately when I was coming back, and I talked about that plan leading up to it. And I talked about leading up to my cruise that I had a 3-day refresh. I took a picture of the refresh, and I had it sitting on my counter so that the day after I got home, I could start my refresh. So people knew I was going to blow it. They were going to see disgustingness, but there was a plan in place. And so I was sharing that. There was no mistake of the crazy stuff that happened. And it's okay. This particular holiday, I'm staying 100% on track. So I'm going to show what Thanksgiving looks like when you are 100% on track. So, do what you're doing, because people are following you. They want to know what you're doing because they also want to see if they can do it too. Yeah. People that are following me going to see that it can be manageable. People that are following somebody that's going to just blow it and they know they're going to blow it say, oh, I can blow it and still come back strong. So do those things. Did you have another point, or do you want me to move on to next?
No, we're good. I'm perfect.
Okay, so we want to talk about, I said you want to have coverage. If you're doing a challenge group, make sure your challenge groups are still happening if they're scheduled to go over that period of time. It is not okay to miss posts. Not okay at all. Especially at the holiday time when people are needing you the most, you need to be most intentional. Pre-schedule your posts. If you're in the challenge tracker app, super easy. If you're not, you need to get Hootsuite or some other auto scheduler to make sure those posts show up when they're supposed to. And then at some point, you need to follow up that day. You can't just post and run. If you schedule the challenge group, again, to be going over that period of time. Now, if you're doing the challenge group with somebody else, figure out a coverage schedule. Christine and I do our groups together. So we know, like Christine's had to cover for me when I had crazy internet, bad things happening, and I had to say, hey, I need you to cover down. So make sure that you're thinking those things, pre-schedule them. You also, if you have a like page or a business page, make sure you're pre-scheduling some posts ahead of time. Have something that's going to show up every day. Easy things, guys. Easy things that you can pre-schedule without even thinking. Recipes are always good ones. Motivational quotes. Just load up a couple so there's one every morning when you get up. People don't know that you're not posting, especially if it's from your like page and you're scheduling it right from there. They don't know. People assume that I'm always up at 4. Sometimes I'm not up till 4:30, just saying. So pre-schedule and pre-load those posts and talk about them. Do that stuff in advance. The other thing about what you're going to do to stay track on business in advance, guys, you're probably not going to be inviting a whole lot of people during that week. So why don't you start doubling and tripling up your inviting this week? Start planting those seeds now, because guess what? All those people you're talking to now are about to do disgusting things to their body on Thanksgiving. And the day after Thanksgiving, they're going to say, oh, yeah, I feel like crap. And Christine kept talking to me about this group that's starting. Maybe I should talk to her. Do those seeds now and then follow up after the holidays. And your follow-up can be like, oh, my gosh, I blew Thanksgiving like I was not expecting. I'm ready to start. You want to join me? Boom.
Perfect. The only thing, nailed it. The only thing I want to just remind you, because I don't know if she said it, but she always reminds me of this. Hootsuite is free for one account. So if you are just posting to your group, you can have Hootsuite or Buffer for free. You don't have to pay for it, okay? I think I paid $14 a month for it, but it's worth it because I share in the Lifer group and then I share in our, the Coach Basics page. Like, I don't get up at 2 a.m. and post that. It's scheduled. And your like page is free to schedule from. And yes, do extra inviting in advance. Load up those points now. Get those people in now. And I just want to reiterate what she said. Just because you're on vacation doesn't mean you don't get to post. And I just want to touch on this because I've seen it. I don't actually care what the group is. If you've committed to doing a group, whether it's free, whether it's paid, whatever, if you say, I'm going to be there for you, please show up every day. I don't care if they're not posting. I don't care if they're not responding. If you say you're going to do something, please do it. Okay? People are watching. Even if they're not posting, they are watching. And if 3 days later you're like, oh, I didn't post, they're going to say, oh, well, now I know what to expect. Okay.
I'm just going to piggyback on that. Especially, I know a lot of you out there are still dabbling with free groups. And again, we've talked about this. I've hit this a lot, that a lot of times people feel like free groups are easier because you're not asking somebody to invest money. And it might be easier for you to invite, but a free group is so much harder to run because what you're doing in there is so much more important. Because guess what? If you blow a free group, you're not going to get that sale. If you're not showing up for somebody and you're not giving them even more value, why are they going to want to turn around and invest in you? So free groups are challenging because they're not already pre-laid out for you. You have to create, oftentimes you're creating content, you're creating what you're doing, and then you're having to then really pull from people because they may or may not be vested. And then we all know with challenge groups, oh, you got a kitty. Hi, Bandit. We all know in groups, I've been a part of many groups where I didn't talk, but I was still following along and watching. And even if you don't see engagement, there's a lot of people that are following along. And we want to do the absolute best we can because we want to bring them into our paid groups. not because we want their money, even though I want their money, but we know that it works. We need them to have a plan and have Shakeology to get the best results. And if they don't trust us and they don't think that we're going to continue to show up for them, they're going to go somewhere else because they have a choice. Take it away, boss.
Nailed it. It is a darn shame no one's on here with us because we're just crushing this right now. We're crushing it so hard. Crushing it so hard. Okay. Hashtag nailing it. Yes. Okay. Posting schedule. So we talked a little bit about your business window. Come up with a schedule that works for you and your niche. Some niche. I don't know. Like, there's some words, swag and niche, that I don't know how to say it. I don't care. Some suggestions. A move of the day video. Dawn is super consistent about that. So is Taryn. They share the move of the day. Or a pre or post workout selfie. Recipes. Dawn recommended doing specific to Thanksgiving, 'tis the season. A motivational quote, maybe something that reaches out specifically. So we've kind of figured out that my niche market is binge eaters, coffee lovers, and stay-at-home moms. That's kind of my people, and people that like to work out. That's kind of my market. So my quotes usually reach to them. And do something business related. Let them see a window into what the business has done for you. And if you guys are sick of us saying it, sorry. Do you know why we say it over and over? Number one, some of you aren't doing it. Number two, we need to remind ourselves. And number three, it's what works. Okay, so if it's a picture of you on vacation and you can talk about how this business gives you the freedom to do it, great. If it's a picture of you doing your personal development, you talk about how it's changed you, great. It's not a sales pitch, it's a window. That's what that is. And you can schedule this on your like page. And a little tip, sometimes when I'm in the moment and my brain is flowing, that's when I schedule a bunch of stuff, because if I have to force it, it's not as good. And I know that. So if you feel excited or you feel moved or whatever, that's when you start scheduling a bunch of stuff. Reminder, Spark, Adobe, free. Canva, free. Great place to make free graphics to reach your niche market, okay? Dawn, you want to hit the last little bold there? You're still muted. You don't have to. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
I had some other thoughts that popped in my head. Along with those, we just shared some of the things that you can do. You can Google, Beachbody coach posts. You can see what other coaches are doing. There are templates where coaches have on Mondays. Every Monday they do something motivational. Every Tuesday they do a transformation of some kind. Every Wednesday, they've got a schedule like that. So you can get more detailed in that.
If you get Taryn's calendar, you get a notification of what you should post tomorrow. Do you not, Dawn? Because I do.
Yeah, I do.
Just saying. Just pop it.
Yeah. And you can make it work for you. If you don't want to be doing a video of yourself doing a move every day, don't do it. But figure out something. And we know, we've talked the magic numbers, usually probably about 3 posts a day. It's going to vary. Some people, it's like 2 to 5. So stick with at least 3. If you know you're going to be away for 3 days, that's 9 posts. You got a motivational quote, a recipe, and something else random. Always throw a picture of a kid and a pet. You all have at least one or the other, I'm almost positive.
And you should be working out, so share something about your workout, because even if you're on vacation, you need to work out. This is not a business. This is me yelling at you as your coach. You still need to work out.
And that goes back to point number 1 that Christine talked about. We all have to be challengers. People are following you because you're doing what you're asking them to do. When you stop doing the things that you want your challengers to do, your groups become disengaged. Christine and I have had a couple groups that got pretty cruddy. I don't know that she's admitting it, but they have. We had very minimal engagement, and guess what? It was the groups that we weren't 100% on. The closer to 100% we were, the better. Okay, so when we're doing our posts, we're saying do these posts. You want to make sure that your good posts are going to be brief. Don't write those 10 paragraph long posts, because think about it. When you're going through Facebook, you've got fractions of seconds to grab somebody's attention. Typically, I stop and gravitate towards a post that's got a picture. even if the picture doesn't necessarily have to do with all the words. When there's a picture, it grabs your attention, you pause for a second and you look. Don't write a big long thing. And if you do write something that's longer, you need to grab them in that first sentence to keep them reading. You want to make sure that they're engaging and that you're speaking to your market of people. Don't write those broad sweeping posts like, hey, everybody out there, but speak like you're speaking to one person. Like you're speaking to that one person that you're trying to draw in. You want to make sure that you're asking a question so you get engagement. Facebook changes how they do things all the time and what posts are going to show up where. If you are not getting people to like, to share, or to comment, your post is going to get lost in the interweb. So you want to make sure that you're asking a question, get some feedback. Now, some of those posts that are awful that say, you know, A or B, help me decide, A or B, like they're so cheesy and they're so annoying, but one of those every once in a while isn't terrible. But make it something funny. Like if I'm going to do an A or B, like if I'm posting like shoes, because I'm not a shoe person, people be like, oh, they're going to weigh in on what Dawn's doing. You know, like pick something that's going to be engaging to people that they want an opinion on. One of Christine's best posts ever was horrible. It had like her wearing denim on denim saying, denim on denim, yes or no? Holy heck.
So dumb.
Yeah, cares. People shared it and asked.
Mm-hmm.
So do something that's going to catch somebody's attention, something that you would answer.
People love to tell you what they think.
Totes.
Yep, and then end with a question, right? Or a call to action.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
it.
just leave them.
No.
Don't just leave them.
That's in your messaging too. Don't just leave them. End with a question or a call to action. That should just be like your end for everything. All the times.
All the times. Brilliant stuff. Now, I did see a message from Melanie that they were possibly going to try to pop on.
Oh, I'll wait.
I know.
Just to see their beautiful faces.
They were going to say hi, but I mean, do we just screenshot pictures of them or do we get off our recording? Do we have other things? I'm trying to think if we had other things to share or
well, you know what I want to do?
Oh, I was going to share something.
Okay, you share something and then I want to end with a call to action since I just need to be accountable too.
I was totally just telling Christine prior to getting on that I remembered last year, okay, I love Tony Horton. We all know that. Tony Horton's my man. I think he's hilarious. A lot of people think he's obnoxious. Now, during the holidays, you've got some people that want to start the idea of like dabbling in working out because they know they're going to need to. And you know those people that think if you do like 15 minutes of working out, you get like 4 extra plates of food because that's how their brains work. I started introducing people a little bit to Tony Horton and a little bit to working out. If you go on YouTube, guys, you can find a ton of free workouts and you can find them with I only shared with Beachbody trainers because I want to introduce them to Beachbody. Or one of our master trainers that's doing Beachbody things, like a Christine Dwyer doing some PiYo, or Melissa McAllister doing some PiYo stuff. But what I did was I shared videos that ranged from 5 to 15 minutes each morning that week of Thanksgiving. And I just found Tony Horton has like a Black Friday workout that's 10 minutes. And just to give them a little idea and just get them moving. Because you know people wake up and they're like, oh, 10 minutes, I can do that before I go out the door. You get them starting to think about that. It's almost like you're running a mini group. And then one of the thoughts that I had, I've got a bunch of prizes and things. And there's a sale coming up. Do you know the sale date offhand? It's in our back office, but Beachbody's going to do their big sale later on this month where you can just get just a ton of stuff really cheap. But I'm actually thinking about on Thanksgiving posting a workout on my like page, and anybody that takes a picture of themselves doing the workout, tagging me in it and posting it is going to get like, you know, I'll do a drawing for a prize. Like try to make it interactive, almost like a group thing on your like page, especially those couple days to get engagement. Wasn't that brilliant? Your brain just went.
Brilliant.
Your thought was more brilliant.
Brilliant. No, and I think it's anytime you're asking people to participate and tag you, brilliant.
You're muted.
I was just talking away, blah, blah. I was just saying how brilliant it was and all that stuff. I feel like someone's here. What I wanted to do as a call to action is I want to hear a game plan, whether it's your game plan for inviting or whether it's your game plan for a posting schedule within a challenge group or your game plan for your posting schedule on your page. How are you going to get through November and maybe even December if you know that December is going to be crazy, okay? So that's your call to action. We want to hear your game plan, and I'll share with you mine. If you're going to pre-post, if you're going to invite a bunch of people early, if you're going to pre-schedule your post in your challenge group, if you're going to phone a friend within the team and have them help you, what are you going to do to make sure that your business and your health doesn't shut down over the next 2 months, okay? Because if you stay present while other people are shutting down, you're going to gain some attention, okay? Don't blow it right now. This is a really good time to show up.
Yeah, you guys are the ones that are going to get those people that have been on the fence, because those people on the fence are watching during the holidays. Mm-hmm. Those people are getting ready to make decisions. And I was just talking, I'm still working to close somebody that I've been working on forever. And when I was talking to her, I asked her what she was kind of hung up on, and she's still justifying taking care of herself, like so many moms do. And she even said, she's like, I have a ton of friends that are coaches, and they all say X, Y, and Z. And I'm thinking, oh, why is she calling me? But she's already pre-enrolled with me, so she's screwed. No. But she said, but I'm coming to you because you're honest and upfront with me, and you're not trying to sell me. You know, like, so she knows all the information, and she knows that I'm on there every day, and she's watching. The other thing, it was a brilliant quote I heard the other day. Guys, we talk about our storefront, and we talk about how we're not trying to sell, and how we don't just post a link, how that's like bad. Don't just post a link. Oh, there's a great sale. Here's the link. Guys, we are the link. Yeah, let that sink in. We're not posting our link. We are our Beachbody link. We are Beachbody. And so as you're going through, like, just remember that. You don't have to post a link, because you are the link. People are seeing you and what you're doing, and that's how you're going to connect with them. Don't post your link, be the link.
I love it. On that note, I think we're going to wrap it up. If you guys want to talk about something next week, let us know. Thank you for those of you who watched the recording, and check those call to actions, those call to actions, those CTAs. Let us know what your game plan is. And thanks for being a part of the team. You guys are rocking it. Bye, guys.